This is the first car invented in the year 1885 by this guy, Carl Benz. Since then, we have been through a lot of iteration in automobile invention. We have had some antique cars, some vintage, and some classic, some boxy ones as well, and some weird looking cars. But now, we are moving into the future. No, 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 no. Not of the pop culture, but the real one. Self-driving cars, also known as autonomous cars, are capable of driving by itself without any human intervention. Artificial intelligence, being the brains of the cars, can help navigate cars safely and precisely, avoiding obstacles, switching lanes, and even self-parking. It comprises of sensors, software to control, and computer vision, which all work together to move a car autonomously. Let's say you are in a self-driving car and you need to reach a certain destination. So here's what a self-driving car does. One, it needs to sense and see things around itself. Two, it needs to understand the surrounding. And three, it should know the route to navigate the car to destination. So, an autonomous car needs eyes to see stuff happening in the environment so that it doesn't hit a pedestrian or runs over a red signal. That's when cameras and sensors can become the eyes of the car. Sensors detect objects that are around the car, such as humans, bicycles, other cars, and maybe sometimes animals. Cameras are the closest thing to a human eyesight. A car can have cameras placed on every side of it, at front, rear, left, and right, with the motive to make a 360-degree vision around the car. It can capture high-quality videos at high resolution and at high frames per second. It can give us visual representation of where the objects are around it, but it can't detect how far the object is or at what speed the object is moving. To resolve the drawback of cameras, radar are used. Radar has been traditionally used for detecting moving objects. It works by transmitting radio waves in bursts or pulses. Once those waves hit an object, they bounce right back to the sensor, giving data on the speed and location of the object. Cameras and radars work awesomely together, as the drawbacks of cameras can be resolved by radar and drawbacks of radar can be resolved by cameras. Another sensor is LiDAR, which is used in Waymo, owned by Google's parent company called Alphabet. You see that rotating object on top of the car? Yeah, that's LiDAR. LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging. It works by sending out beams of light and then calculating how long it takes for the light to hit an object and reflect back to the LiDAR scanner. The distance to the object can then be calculated using the speed of light. Based on the collected data, a 3D representation called point cloud can be created to represent the environment around the car. The biggest upside of LiDAR sensor is its accuracy, as the beams are traveling at the speed of light, but the biggest downside is they are too costly. So the sensors have detected objects and all of that information is acquired from the surrounding. The information can include things like whether the cars are on the road, what are all the objects around the car, and where they are or how fast are they moving. All this large amount of information is interpreted by AI. To be more specific, deep learning. Neural networks are trained for tasks like object detection, image classification, and driving lane detection. The networks are then able to handle the speed required for self-driving cars. This is how Tesla's autopilot sees the environment. Once the computer vision system has processed the data from the sensors, the self-driving car now has all the information it needs to drive. The car will decide what is the optimal path to reach the destination. It will decide which roads to take, which lanes to go. The plan of path planning is then decided with the help of GPS. With the help of computer vision, it will apply brakes and slowly stop or use automatic braking system when it's an emergency. It maintains optimal distance with the car moving in front. The mechanical system and software of the cars works hand in hand to navigate safely. With cutting-edge 5G technology, cars can become smarter than ever before, as it will be able to take decisions way quicker and it would be able to communicate with other vehicles on road. There are levels on which the automation of the car are referred to. The autonomous cars are classified into 5 levels, which is introduced by SAE International. Level 0, Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, Level 4, and Level 5. It's just too much theory, I'm not here to bore you, so if you wanna read it, just pause the video. We haven't reached the level 5 of automation yet, which is fully autonomous where you'll just sit back and relax. There are many companies working in the self-driving space. There's no doubt you haven't heard about Tesla. Tesla has level 3 of autonomy. Tesla works with easy and quick deployment of software, so the user only needs to update and doesn't need to take the car for servicing like we used to in the 90s. They have manufactured Model S, Model 3, Model X, and Model Y. And yeah, these cars are sexy AF. Apart from cars, they have manufactured Tesla Semi, a dope-looking truck, which was launched at the end of 2017. Waymo, owned by Alphabet, has been a strong contributor in the self-driving space. Waymo is at level 5-ish or kind of at level 4. You see, level 5 cars are not able to see in extreme weather conditions, like when it's snowy or foggy. Raindrops and snowflakes can create a lot of noise in sensor data. Machine learning has to filter out all those noise to see the environment. They have cars running which can handle light rain and snow but aren't visible in extreme conditions. Once they overcome the limitation, it will be a fully autonomous level 5 car. Waymo manufactures all the hardware necessary for running the car, that includes cameras, radar, LiDAR, as well as custom computer chips. LiDAR is costly, but Waymo has claimed that they can manufacture LiDAR 90% cheaper than their competition. There's a Mercedes self-driving car which is totally covered by touchscreen, and then there's Mercedes-Benz Future Truck 2025. Another company is Cruise, backed by General Motors, have SUVs which are equipped with Velodyne sensors. They have unveiled their self-driving car in January called Cruise Origin, which is all electric and it doesn't have a steering wheel. Toyota unveiled Concept I in CES 2017, and then there's this futuristic thing called e-Palette, introduced in CES 2018. There's Uber's self-driving car, BMW's iNext, Renault's autonomous car, Volkswagen driverless cars, Rolls-Royce driverless cars, and many more. The list goes on. Self-driving vehicles are also contributing to the COVID-19 pandemic. Baidu and Neolix partnered to deliver food and supplies. They have together deployed unmanned vehicles daily to disinfect all roads. The technology is trending and is growing at an incredible rate. Self-driving car is a billion-dollar worth industry. AI is improving rapidly with billions of dollars of funding being poured into research. Hardware for sensing and computation is improving, especially since companies are now investing in custom hardware for self-driving. There are some limitations and barriers while using self-driving, like we don't want a black hat hacker to hack into our car's computer system and control our car remotely. If we expect users to use self-driving cars on a daily basis, it needs to be perfect. Industry has to demonstrate the car's reliability, its performance, privacy, and its security in order to gain users' trust. It isn't like there haven't been any accidents. There have been some. Like it or not, but self-driving cars are here. Once implemented, this can revolutionize our traffic management and transport systems. Either way, we'll have to embrace it as they are the future and will improve a lot of things. But the question remains, is this a tech industry which generates hype or a vehicle manufacturing industry? Self-driving cars are a big plus for the society, and the future isn't far off. I hope you liked the video. Let me know what your thoughts are about self-driving cars in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.